Welcome back, everybody. So, we'll take a look at the price action for this upcoming week and we'll go through the calendar. Price action the past month has not been the best. We've had very sloppy price action, not very clear moves, and we are sitting inside of a consolidation. So, not much is expected. So, looking at the calendar here, which should be on your screen, yesterday was a bank holiday, no trading day. Um, Wasn't even worth it. Look at the price action here Monday. So pretty much for the most part of the day we had a consolidation. So it was not worth it to spend your time trading. Today is the day after a bank holiday, which usually should be avoided because that's when all the volatility jump back into the market and people chase price. First thing out of the gate that I am not too fond of here is the fact that we had this massive price rally overnight. Okay, so this already indicates a sloppy EM session right off the bat. So I do want to look at it today, but because of that massive rally, if AM session is not clean and clear, then I'm going to close it up and do something else. And it's not worth it to sit there and I'm not going to find any setups that are going to be A plus. So 8:30 core durable goods, medium impact news event, and 9 a.m. HPI. I don't really care about this. I'm I'll probably look for something at that 8:30 or something at the 9:50 CB consumer confidence. For something to take place there between either 8:30 or market open to 9:50 would be where I would be hunting. But again, like I said, if we step into pre 8:30 and it's messy and it doesn't start to clean up, and I'm not going to be sitting around for this. I'll just leave it to run by and I'll come back Wednesday. Now, Wednesday morning, we do have Richmond Manufacturing Index, but the big boy is the FOMC meeting minutes at 2 p.m., which we might get a sloppy AM trading session with that FOMC meeting minutes. So I'll be looking tomorrow at 9:30 to see how we open up and if there's anything hitting into 9:50. If not, then that's where I'll probably close it off and it should start cleaning up by Thursday. We have prelim GDP 8:30. That's high impact. So 8:30, 9:30 opening, and 9:50, 10:10. We got this medium pending home sales, which could give a little push. So I'll be present for that. Friday we have core PCE 8:30, and that pretty much is it. We also have this 9:45, 10 a.m. Revised UOM consumer sentiment. So 9:50 could be a potential setup with 10 a.m. being the volatility reaching for the liquidity. So that's the calendar for this week, which is not a whole lot going on here. Next week we have NFP as it's start of June. So there's that as well. So as far as seasonal tendencies on NQ for the month of May, we've pretty much been following the 24 and 15-year plotted data lines with consolidation trending downwards, which is pretty much what we have been doing for the month of May. So June consolidation in 24 and 15, and then slight consolidation higher on the 5-year plotted data lines. For dollar index, we've been trading along with NQ and indices for the month of May. We have had uh, a push lower for most of the month. We did get a initial rally and then a push lower. So the initial rally was in line with what you would expect to see, an initial rally in the month of May across all data periods, plotted lines. And you would expect to see that rally continue, which we did not get that follow through. We had dollar turn around and dollar traded lower. In essence, we are still trading uh, in line with indices where you would prefer to see dollar trade against them in a higher time frame. Many days we chopped around. If you look at lower time frames, in session we would be chopping around in dollar, which would allow indices to move, but ideally you would want to see dollar trade against indices. We haven't seen much of that. Haven't been a very great month as far as high probability setups. So the summer doldrums are around the corner, and we'll have to see what they bring to the table. If we're going to get a sloppy month of June, or will we get a month of rally? We shall see. So, looking at we can start on a weekly. We can head over to NQ. So, weekly NQ, we have a fair value gap pull through. We traded this the 12th of May. Part of the reason why we have been sitting inside of retracement consolidation conditions, and we've had this fair value gap down here on a daily, which we'll get into, but now we also have one on a weekly here. So far the draw is still higher. Okay, the draw is still go for these highs. We have a daily fair value gap, we'll get into that. We got these highs sitting above us. That's still the draw. Ultimately, we're playing for time right now. So daily fair value gap down here, we traded into this Friday, we tapped it, pulled away, pulled back up. Very good indication for bullish prices that we tapped into it. The body closed higher. We have this fair value gap here. Pulled that through. You can see the body's just barely sat colored outside the lines here. But we did today trade back above this, which again, very good bullish sign. We traded above this. So very good sign for us to get above this high and then reach for last week's high, which is also in this case an equal high. New week opening gap down here. We did tap into this last week and it pushed us lower. So again, another reason, new week opening gap and daily fair value gap sitting between those levels, low probability price action as you would expect. So we're tapping into this new week opening gap. I'm looking to see if we can get above this and reach for this equal high. That is my focus. On a 4 hour, we have equal highs over here, which was Thursday's high, by the way. Thursday's high. I'm looking to see if we can trade above that, stay above it, and reach higher. We did trade into this 4 hour fair value gap down here. So I want to see these highs get cleared, and these are very, very clean up here. So to me, this is a drawn liquidity up here. That would be the narrative. Bullish bias, but a bullish narrative because we got equal highs sitting above us here. These are jagged edges down here, okay? This is jagged stuff, took out equal lows, jagged. So it's pretty clean up here, pretty clean. So that's what I expect to get taken here. Same thing seen on a 1 hour, way too clean up there. Way too clean. So ultimately expecting bullishness here. We'll have to see how the day ends up playing out. We did have this massive overnight rally, as I said, not something that I would have liked to see. Would have been much cleaner of a day if we traded down and we had this expansion in AM session as you would normally expect it to be, and that would be your AM expansion move higher, like this here. Not very clean, even though we did rally higher. It's one of those open up and just shoot for the moon uh, sessions, but would have been preferred if we traded that in the AM session. So this could be a prerequisite to a bad AM session because we already had this massive rally, so we could just get sloppy price action just back and forth, and then I'll just close it out. And it's not worth my time, so I'm not going to spend time on it. I'll do something else. Come back tomorrow, see if tomorrow is going to be any better, or if we get another sloppy AM session, and then PM will do the rally, which that could be the case today as well. We could see PM bringing forth the rally if AM is messy. So that pretty much is going to do it for this one. Hopefully you have found this one insightful. And until we speak again, good luck and good trading.